Hi, welcome to the second part of the video that is called the CDs that I have bought so far this year, obviously 2022. As I said before in the previous video, this is a challenge for my students. It's a suggestion for you to record a similar video with a similar topic. Maybe you can talk about the books you have bought, or the books you have read this year, or the people you have met, or whatever topic you feel comfortable with, and pretend that you are a YouTuber on your YouTube channel, and that's just a pretext for you to talk and record that speech. And then you can watch that video, correct things. You know, you can be your own teacher, if you will. But anyway, let's continue. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope this idea helps you to start talking, even if you don't have many opportunities to interact with people in English, because that's one problem when you don't live in a country where English is not spoken, it's not the official or the mother language. We need to develop ways to talk and practice our English or Spanish or French or whatever language you are studying. So again, the challenge: talk about something you have done this year, something that you feel comfortable with, pretending you are a YouTuber talking on your channel. So let's continue talking about the CDs that I have bought this year. Number 5 is, again, Dire Straits. As I said in the previous video, Dire Straits is a band that I discovered in the middle of the 80s. When they released this album, Brothers in Arms, it became a very famous album. It made Dire Straits become a very, very famous band in those days, because this album has a song called Money for Nothing. It's still one of my favorite songs by Dire Straits, not the favorite one, but one of them. Maybe, I don't know, it's on the top 5 of the songs that I like from Dire Straits. So Brothers in Arms, that's why I bought it. I think it's a very good album. Then a classic, this album is The Doors, by The Doors. I knew about The Doors because my brother is a huge fan, and he always played Doors records. He had these 45 vinyls, and he played them on the console we have at home. And I grew up, I could say, listening to The Doors. There are 2 albums by The Doors that I have always wanted to have. This is one of them. The other one is Waiting for the Sun, which I still don't have, but now I have The Doors. This is very famous because it's the first album by them, and it has very, very good songs. One of them is I think it's the most famous song by them, which is Light My Fire. But it has very, very good songs like Break On Through, like The Crystal Ship, like The End. It's a very, very good album. Then the next album is not in English, it's in Spanish, by a band from Argentina, Soda Stereo. The same as with The Doors, there are 2 albums that I like by Soda Stereo. Now it's difficult to find the albums that you want. Maybe you are wondering if he wanted to have Waiting for the Sun by The Doors, why didn't he buy them? But you know, nowadays when you buy CDs, you just buy whatever you can find. It's not like in the 90s that you went to CD stores or record stores and you could find almost anything and you bought almost whatever you had in mind. In this moment is whatever you can find. Especially CDs are hard to get because they are not fashionable. Vinyls are fashionable, and there are new releases on vinyl. But it's an advantage too because CDs are cheaper now. Vinyls are becoming more and more expensive, so I am happy that I like CDs more than vinyls. But anyway, the two albums that I like by Soda Stereo are, the first one is called Canción Animal. I haven't been able to find that CD, that album, but I found this one, which is very good too, called Dynamo in Spanish. Soda Stereo, Dynamo, a good album, although I prefer Canción Animal. One day I will have it. And the last two are by the same artist. Her name is Suzanne Vega. Suzanne Vega has this album called Suzanne Vega. She's an artist that I discovered again in the 80s, not in the middle of the 80s, but at the end. I remember that I used to listen to a song by her on the radio called Luca. And in those days I didn't speak English, but I understood the first line of the song, which says, "My name is Luca." And I could listen clearly, "My name is Luca." Suzanne Vega is a singer who pronounces words very, very clearly. That's why I started liking her, because I was an English student and a teacher played a song from another album, not this one, but it's the next album. So I will continue the story in that moment. But anyway, this album, I think it's her first album, and it has very, very good songs. My favorite song from this album is The Queen and the Soldier. I recommend you listen The Queen and the Soldier because it's in past tense. Almost the entire song is in past tense, and it has a very, very interesting message. So Suzanne Vega, it's a very good album. And the next one, as I said before, that I bought, and it's the last one that I bought this year, or that I have bought this year so far. Maybe I will buy more, I hope. It's called Solitude Standing. This is the first album that I had from Suzanne Vega. Sometimes I move from one house to another and I don't know where my Suzanne Vega album was, so I had to buy it again. This has my favorite song by Suzanne Vega, which is called Gypsy, but also it has the song that I heard from Suzanne Vega, or the first song that I heard from Suzanne Vega, which is Luca. I heard this song on the radio, as I said before, but I really paid attention and I knew what it said. It's about a boy, sorry. Luca is a boy. It's about a boy who suffers violence from his parents. He is abused constantly. So Luca is a sad song. And when I was an English student, a teacher played the song in class. She prepared an exercise so that we knew what the song was about. And that's how I could know what the song Luca was about. But also there are other very good songs like Tom's Diner. I think Tom's Diner is her most famous song. But anyway, Tom's Diner, Luca, Gypsy, but also Solitude Standing and Language are very good songs. This is a very, very good album. I think I was after this album or I had been after this album for a long time. I wanted to have it again, but as I said before, nowadays it's difficult to know. I mean, it's difficult to find the exact CD that you want to buy. So you have to be lucky if you find the CDs that you want. Nowadays is what you find rather than what you want. But anyway, that's the new CDs that I added to my collection this year, or that I have added because the year hasn't finished yet. I'm sorry the dogs are barking, but it is what it is. So thank you very much for listening. Once again, this is an example of one way to practice without having the opportunity to be in a country where English is spoken, or in a situation in which you can talk with people who speak English. It is a very good thing that technology allows us to have classes, take lessons without being in a school. You can talk, record your voice, correct yourself. You can even, show your videos to other people to see if they like them or if they understand what you say. So let us not limit ourselves to traditional situations, and let's explore this new media that we have around us. We can take advantage of these new elements to practice something that is social tool, even not in isolation, but even if you are not interacting with another person directly. So if you have any other topics that you would like to talk about, or that you would listen to me talking about, please comment below. Thank you very much for listening if you are still here. And see you next class. Have a nice day. Bye.
Si te gustó el video, dale like. Si crees que estas lecciones te son útiles, suscríbete y compártelo. No olvides activar las notificaciones para enterarte cuando haya un nuevo video.